Welcome back to the JCC show. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about identity and how to align your identity properly so that you have the absolute best possible chance of the outcome that you want. So, first, we're going to get into why you keep fighting yourself. And it's not because you're lazy, it's not because you don't want it, it's not any of that. It's you are misaligned. You still live in the identity of who you have been as opposed to living in the identity of who you want to be. So you have to switch, you have to make a shift and stop thinking like the person you have been. Right? So you have to, say you want to make more money, you have to stop thinking like the broke person and think like the type of person that has money. So, how do people with money behave? Well, if they're smart, they save their money, they put money back, they pay bills on time, they do the things that they're supposed to do with their money so that it makes more money, and then they're okay. That's what you have to do. You have to get into that identity, you have to get into that mindset so that you can make your dreams real. Right? So identity is big, because you can be taking all of the right steps, but if you keep living like the person that you've been, you're going to keep getting the same results. That is the definition of insanity, is repeating the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result. That's crazy. We don't do that here. We don't do that no more. So get that crap out of your head. So identity is massive. We're going to shift it. We're going to move in to the new identity, and we are going to completely do away with who you have been. That person is irrelevant. They don't matter. They're gone. So now, who are we becoming? You're having an internal conflict because you say one thing and you're doing something completely different. And it's because you haven't made the shift internally. You have not come to grips with the identity of the person that you need to be. That person is different, and it can be small, subtle changes that nobody's going to realize, but nobody but you. But if you act on them daily and accordingly, then over time you get the change that you're looking for. It doesn't have to be some life-altering change, some life-altering decision. That's not how this works. You can literally do little things, and it's all about a mindset shift. It's all about getting into alignment with the person that you're supposed to be. I understand that it gets frustrating whenever you're trying to change, you're trying to be better, you're trying to do better, and it feels like you're stuck. You just keep sliding back, and it sucks, but it's really easy to do until you change, until that identity shift happens, and suddenly one day you wake up and you feel completely different. You're more energetic, you feel more powerful. It's literally like that whenever it hits you and you're like, oh wow, this is different, this is new, and it's a great thing. It's a great feeling. I've had it several times in my life, and then I reverted back and done dumb crap, and it's great. So that's what we're looking for, is that shift. It sucks because it feels hard. It sucks because it feels forced. It sucks because change is never easy. It's never easy to become who, or it's definitely not easy to see yourself as someone else before you actually see it physically. But it's necessary. You have to make the shift in your head, mentally and emotionally and spiritually, before you can ever make the change physically. So stop thinking like the person that you don't want to be. Start thinking like the person you do. A to B. And once you start making that shift, things get a whole lot easier. Because, say you're working out and you want to eat better, you got to stop thinking like the person that eats garbage. You got to stop, well, it's okay, I can cheat this one day, or I can do this, or I can skip this meal. No, you can't. You have to eat right. You have to get into the mindset of I don't touch that. That's junk. I don't eat that. I'm not that type of person. Same thing if you're trying to quit smoking. Somebody says, how long have you not had a cigarette? Oh, well, I haven't smoked in like 12 hours. I haven't smoked in 36 hours, but cut that crap out. No, thank you. I don't want a cigarette. I'm no longer a smoker. I don't smoke. Identity shift. You change from, to I am not that. And once you make that shift, things become so much easier. I can look at you today and say, I am not a drug addict. I do not believe I'm a drug addict. I am a guy that used to do drugs. I'm a guy that's on felony probation for drugs. I am a guy that has messed up a lot because of drugs. But I am not a drug addict. I used to be. I'm not. I am. It's way more empowering to have the identity of somebody who I'm a conqueror. Meth is one of the hardest. It's one of the most addicting drugs in the world, and I quit. I said, okay, that's enough. I don't want it no more. Done. And thank God I made it out with. I'm still pretty, and I still have my teeth. So, I'm grateful for that. But it's all about an identity shift. You have to change your identity. You have to become who you are, who you want to be here before you can ever have it in the real world. So stop trying to add new habits to what you're already doing. Stop trying to. You have to switch them out. You have to replace them. So your habit was smoking a cigarette. You want to quit? Now your habit is saying, I don't smoke. It sucks. It's not easy. It's hard. I quit smoking. I quit vaping. I use nicotine pouches. But it's way, way, way easier to not smoke whenever I don't smoke. I say I don't smoke. People quit offering. People quit trying to get somebody. To this day, people walk up, hey, do you have a cigarette? No, I'm not a smoker. I don't smoke anymore. I don't crave cigarettes. I don't want cigarettes. Nothing to do with them. Cigarette, I don't do that. I've had an identity shift. Before long, I'll be off of these. I'm about tired of it, and I think I've reached the point where I'm just like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. So, a week from today, within a week, I will quit. And if not, then don't talk to me. Don't listen to me anymore. It's literally all about your mindset shift. It's all about changing your identity. I'm going to change mine to I am not somebody who uses nicotine. Point blank, period. I don't need it. It's not healthy. I don't want it. So, that being said, your identity is not how you feel. Your identity is not what you think. Your identity is not any of this superficial crap that doesn't matter. Your identity is what is your initial first response when something happens? What do you do first? Where do you go first mentally? What do you think? What do you say? How do you act? That is who you are. We've got to shift that. So, where it used to be my first, when I smoked, after eating, well, okay, I have to have a cigarette now. And it was every time. I have to have a cigarette now. I don't do that anymore. I'm not a smoker. So, I changed that. what type of person are you? And I don't mean what type of person are you now. What type of person are you? Are you the type of person that lets things hold them back? Are you the type of person that lets Are you the type of person that lets things hold them back? Are you the type of person that is controlled by outside forces? Or are you in control? Are you the type of person that is in control of his life, her life, and doing the things that you say? Or are you not? The key is to make the shift from I'm controlled by other things to I am the one who runs my life. I am the one. I make the rules. I do what I say, whether I want to or not. On that topic, I just ordered a cold plunge, and it's going to be in Tuesday, and I'm going to record a video and put it on here of me sitting in a cold plunge, and it's going to suck really, really bad. So, be ready for that too, because that's coming. Anyways, but I'm going to make myself do it because I'm the type of person that makes myself do things I don't want to do. Went to the gym last night. It was leg day. I hate leg day. But I'm the type of person that makes myself do things I don't want to do. So, that's my identity. And so, it's a lot easier to make myself do things I don't want to do whenever I know, hey, I'm that guy. I'm that guy that is disciplined enough that makes himself do crap. So, anyways, your identity is not the way you feel, and it's not what you think. It's the things you do on a daily basis that are on autopilot, that's who you are, where you go immediately when something happens. Shifting that is what's important, because if you can make those shifts, you can change your entire life. And one thing that's massive in that is the language that we use, right? So, like I said a minute ago, I say I am not a smoker. I don't smoke. I have zero interest whatsoever in smoking a cigarette. I can be around people that are smoking. I can sit there and hold a conversation with you while you're smoking. I can watch you vape. Doesn't matter. I am not that guy. I don't do that. So, I couldn't tell you how long it's been. It's been months since I've had a cigarette. How many? Couldn't tell you. 4, 5, 7, I don't know. I'm not a smoker. I don't pay attention to that crap because it's not relevant. I am not that guy. So, you have to change your identity in a way that makes sense to you, that is real to you, and that is repeatable. So, every time when something happens, your first thought is not, oh, I need this, or oh, I gotta do this. It's, no, I'm good. I'm not that person. I don't have to react that way. I'm not that person. I'm not the type of person that reacts that way. It doesn't matter what it is. You can change the narrative. You can make the identity shift, and you can have a better life. Okay? So, it's all about getting into alignment. So, the person that you want to be has certain character traits, has certain characteristics of that person. What are they? Right? So, if your goal is to get rich, how does a rich person behave? Are they stupid with money? Do they blow all their money on stupid crap that they don't need? Or do they save their money? Figure out what the character traits of that person are and act accordingly. One of my goals is I want to be the best dad that I can be. So I have to look and say, okay, how does a good dad behave? I grew up with a man in the house, but he was not a dad. He didn't really care about us. He cared about his computer. That was about it. So I didn't have any great role models as far as males go. My mother was to this day, is an amazing person. She's my best friend. But as far as strong male role models, I had my grandpa, but I didn't really see him that often. So I didn't have a strong male role model in the house. So I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how a father was supposed to treat his kids and like that. So I once I got older and I've got kids, I have to look around people that I respect and people that I admire and say, okay, how do they treat their kids? And then act accordingly. Oh, okay, they don't yell at their kids, they don't cuss at their kids, they don't scream at their kids. I'm not perfect at that. I have 3 little girls. Girls are absolutely infuriating at times. They don't listen. They think they know everything. They're butt heads, but they're beautiful, sweet little princesses. And that's something that me and the mother of my daughters have had a conversation with about, is because I want to make them tough. I want to make them strong. I want them to be strong. And she's got on to me and been like, hey, you need to treat them like they're girls. You don't need to beat them up or wrestle with them or and all that. And so I've had to shift and realize that they are my princesses, not my jiu-jitsu partners. So that's something that I am working on all the time, as well as treating them like they are princesses as opposed to my sparring buddies, right? So my identity is I'm a good dad. That I want to be a good dad. So I have to look at the people around me and say, okay, how does a good dad behave? And then I have to adopt those characteristics, and I have to implement those to the very best of my ability. It's not always easy. I'm not perfect at it, but I'm a heck of a lot better than I was last year. A heck of a lot better than I was the year before that. So this is all about growth. This is all about progress. Don't expect perfection overnight, but you can make a decision today that will change the course of your life. You can make a decision today that will change everything. That decision is deciding to change the way that you view yourself and then act accordingly. It's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. It all starts with a decision, and that decision has to be, who do you want to be and which direction are you headed? So figure that out. Find somebody that you admire, find somebody that you want to be like, figure out what their characteristics are, figure out who they are. When nobody's looking, figure out who they are. When they're alone, figure out who they are, how they behave, how they treat their kids, if being a better parent is one of your goals. Figure out those characteristics and say, okay, that's my identity now. I'm this person. I am the person that behaves this way. And act accordingly. It'll change everything. It'll absolutely change everything. In the course of doing that, you're going to kill off your old self. It's going to be like when there's a forest fire and everything gets turned black, and then a year later it's more green than it's ever been. It's exactly what has to happen. You have to kill off those parts of you that aren't serving you. You have to kill off those parts of you that are holding you back and keeping you in the same spot. The person that you've been has no business where you're going. And you've got to let go of that person, and you've got to grab hold of who you're going to be. When you're in alignment, it's peaceful, right? There's no resistance. You're not fighting yourself. You're not feeling like I can literally say this because I feel, and for me right now, I'm more in alignment with who I'm supposed to be than I ever have been. So I can literally tell you I'm at peace. I don't worry about what's happening, going on around me, because I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I know that I'm pursuing my purpose. I'm trying to be the best father that I can be. I'm learning daily on how to overcome and persevere and be the kind of guy that I'm supposed to be. I'm trying my best to help heal the world. That's my purpose. That's who I'm called to be. That's what I'm doing. And I'm in alignment with that. So my life at this point is just, it's easy. It's, I'm in alignment. I'm doing the things I'm supposed to do. There's no resistance that I'm not fighting myself on anything. It makes things so ridiculously simple, because everything is just yes or no. Everything's black or white. Does the person that I want to be act this way? No. There's my answer. I don't get to act that way. I don't get to do that. Sometimes it sucks. Sometimes I'm like, I really want that cheeseburger. I don't get to act that way. I have to do things accordingly. And so the identity that I have now is, I'm the person that says no to things that I don't need to do, and I'm the type of person that makes myself do things that I don't want to do. You've got to figure out who you want to be. That's number one. And then act like that person until you become that person. You change your identity, you will change your life. You don't need more motivation for this. You don't need a better plan. You need to shift your identity. You need to change how you view yourself. And in doing so, you will change the way that the world interacts with you. You'll stop letting people run over you. You'll stop letting people talk down to you. You'll stop letting people just treat you any type of way, because they're going to notice that you hold yourself to a certain standard. They're going to notice that you don't allow certain things around you, and they're going to act accordingly. So change your identity and change your life. Thank you.